Hey, heathens. Well, I know these videos weren't the most popular, and that's fine. You probably won't care about watching this one either, which will be fine. But this is the settling the score video that I have to do because I lost the bet with Joe's Rambles for our college football picks. Before we get to all of that, I do want to make a couple of big notes out of this whole thing. Congratulations to the Auburn Tigers, who won the national championship. So, as um, uh, one other thing I did want to talk about was that Joe made a comment during the season to Alabama fans about the fact that they did not have a national title. Well, now they do, Joe. My point to him earlier in the year, I told him that wasn't people who live in the past tend to stay there. I forget how exactly I said it, but that was the idea. Alabama lost the Iron Bowl to the Auburn team who didn't have the national championship then. But now they do, so you can't say that anymore now, can you, Joe? All of that said, our bet was twofold. Part number one is I had to make a video, this one, praising Alabama and why they are better than the University of Georgia, although I am allowed a few tongue-in-cheek references here and there. So here we go. The University of Alabama is known as the Crimson Tide, and they are the absolute toughest team I have ever known that was named after a flower. That's right, the Crimson Tide is a red flower that grows on the sides of the roads in Alabama, and waving in the wind is the Crimson Tide. They named their team after this flower. But their mascot is a huge elephant, which I guess represents the overweight people in Alabama. I don't know. I don't understand what the elephant has to do with any of that. I'm confused by that part. They are the number one team in the SEC without a doubt, alphabetically. AL. There's none of the others coming before that. So they have that going for them. And let's face it, here's another great thing about Alabama is when fans go to the games, they bring their own toilet paper. They have a roll of toilet paper in a box of Tide. I'm not sure what the Tide's for because if you've seen many Alabama people, they're not the cleanliest folks. And I guess the toilet paper is for the outhouses. When they show up at other stadiums, I'm sure they get confused with all the indoor plumbing. But that, we welcome them to come to our games as well. But they do bring their own toilet paper, so that keeps costs down. So that's good. They're conservative, I suppose. So that's good. A little bit more serious. Georgia has won the SEC conference twice in the 2000 era, whereas Alabama only did it once. But Alabama has won the national championship twice since Georgia last won it in 1980. Of course, Alabama's heyday was all prior to 1980. On to other things. Alabama beats Georgia the fact that they have a Heisman winner more recently than we have. Georgia does have two Heisman winners, but they were a little further back. Alabama finally got its first one last year with Mark Ingram, so congratulations on that. But in the category of national titles, to be entirely honest and fair, Alabama does have Georgia beat. They have 13 national titles, whereas Georgia can only stake claim to 5. SEC titles, Alabama has 22, Georgia only has 12. Bowl appearances, Alabama has 58, Georgia only has 45. Winning percentage overall, 7.07 for Alabama, 6.47 for Georgia. Bowl wins, 33 for Alabama, only 26 for Georgia. However, the win percentage in bowl games favors Georgia. And do keep in mind, most of that we were talking about for Alabama was all prior to 1980. They've kind of stunk for the last 20 years. Finally getting back in their stride, so good for them. One other thing I will point out in favor of the Alabama school is that they have the 5th largest stadium in the entire country. But I suppose they would have to fit the larger Alabama fans. So there you go. As far as notable people that have played for the two schools, Georgia has produced several notable names. For example, you have Champ Bailey from the Denver Broncos, Terrell Davis, Super Bowl MVP, Vernon Hayes, Richard Seymour, Matt Stinchcomb, John Stinchcomb, Hines Ward, another notable new current player in the NFL. Recent additions to the NFL are Matthew Stafford, Knowshon Moreno, David Pollock. Some big names are Fran Tarkenton, Charlie Trippi, and of course Herschel Walker. Alabama players that are currently playing and doing very, very well. Well, John Parker Wilson is a third-string quarterback for the Falcons. They won the NFC South. That counts, right? All right, well, they did have 7 players drafted in 2010, so I guess that's something for them. And again, going on that long ago time when they were quite the team, you have such Hall of Famers as Joe Namath, Don Hudson, John Hanna, and Ozzie Newsome, Bart Starr, Dwight Stevenson, and Derek Thomas. So they got that going. So yeah, some great people have come out of the University of Alabama. So it's a wonderful school. Don't get me wrong, the University of Alabama is a fine place to attend. And while they may have those things going for them over the state of, or over the University of Georgia, in order to attend the University of Alabama, you still have to go to Alabama. And that's one thing they don't have on us. So there you have it. Don't take my word for it. Think for yourself. Okay, fine. And then there's the other part of the bet. And that is that I have to do the theme song. I have to do their fight song. Now, Joe beat me fair and square. No question about it. He beat me hands down. There were a couple of weeks, though, that he kind of bent the rules in his favor. And he reminded me that, well, we didn't say that you couldn't, or didn't say that you had to do it. So, Joe, here's your fight song.
All right. Yeah, Alabama, proud and kind. Every man behind you, hit the stride. Go teach Bulldogs to behave. Send the yellow jackets to a watery grave. Man starts weakening, that's a damn shame. For written crimson tide flame or something. Fight on, man! Remember, Rose Bowl, we gonna win then, whatever Rose Bowl is. So, roll the victory, hit your stride. The Dixie football time, crimson tide. Damn it. Come here, sis, give me some sugar. Tell them damn kids to shut the hell up. Gotta go watch some NASCAR.